Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Noding. In this episode, I'm gonna teach you how to create this kind of vector field visualizations. Basically, we can kind of easily how vector functions. Like in this case, we have like Blender, standard Perlin, new Perlin, Voronoi, and all those, and then cell noise, and kind of visualizing it as something that looks like a 2D like this, just a flat vector field. It looks quite interesting, and the setup is actually not too complicated. So I'm gonna start from scratch, but I can put this Blender on the side so I can see it. But I'll do it from scratch. So I'm opening another new Blender, fresh Blender, and make this full screen. I'm gonna save it as um, vector field demo, and I'm gonna delete this and create a new Sverchok node tree. We're gonna be using vector p field. This is gonna be our starting point. So this node basically generate some kind of like a 3D volume points, and we can make the z to 1. So we just gonna work on with a single flat uh, points array. By default, the z is actually with the z1 is actually like at the bottom there. Probably we can zero out the z. Okay, now we have a flat vector p field, and we can use this to generate our vector field. To visualizing it, to visual it, basically vector. We're gonna be using vector noise, right? Or we can use like vector turbulence as well. But it's actually pretty simple. What we want to do is kind of we want to use pipe this into the noise and then kind of add them together. So we kind of push the points, but not too much. So we're gonna use a vector math and control the strength of the noise. So you can see now kind of smaller, so we can see the noise is kind of pushing the points, and we can use vector math here and kind of move around our vector p field. So by doing that, the noise kind of moving around. So it's as if that vector field is kind of going through the wind of noise, like invisible wind of noise. We can push it in the X or in the Z or in the Y. It's pretty cool. Okay, so that's cool, but then how do we create the lines? That's actually very simple as well. So I'm gonna visualize, create visualization of the points, and basically the red dots is the ones, the original points, and the blue dot is the one after we pass in the vector noise, add them together. So if you want to create like a line connecting them together, we can simply use list zip. So we're gonna zip these points and these points, zip them together, and then use a UV connection, and hopefully we get what we want, which is a line connecting those points together. And yeah, I think that's actually pretty much it. Let me try actually use the different color for this, like, and then for the dots, I'll make it slightly larger. So make it 5, 7. Okay, so the red color needs to be larger. Give it a different color. Yeah, I think that's kind of okay. And I'll turn off the grid display. And we can now move our noise using frame. Okay, that's really fast, and we have to slow the time. 0.02. There you go. That's kind of, we can see and visualize how the noise is affecting our points. I think we can control the strength a little bit more. This color is probably not the best color. Let's try. I think this guy can be small. Blue and green, maybe white color for the edge. Maybe we don't need to see the red. Okay, that's simpler. Okay, now we can see the noise, and we can start to play around with this, increasing the number of points, and we can start to see the noise passing by, and increase the noise perhaps, or increase it not there but over here, and then there we go. Slightly more interesting now. And maybe push them apart so we can see how the noise passing through. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool looking. It's very organic. I think we can also increase the Z and kind of get something that's more 3D, but I like it like just like a 2D. Looks very organic, like some kind of living creatures, even though it's just kind of moving that way. If I plug it into the Z, it's moving just like some water plant, ocean plants under the sea. It moves like that. The stick, actually, the edges is actually all at different lengths depending on the strength of the vector noise, I think. So we can try all kind of noise. Voronoi, cell noise, actually very interesting looking. With the flat, this is like kind of 3D, right? But it's actually, this is pretty interesting. We can normalize it, normalize the line, maybe, if I want to further improve this setup. Or if you want to flatten this, like just to simplify the look, we can simply use a reroute vector or rewire. Just flatten it in the Z like that. So it's totally flat. Look at it from the top. It's much simpler. And we can play around with this value, or make the noise like larger or smaller. Increase the speed or make it slower. So far, I've only played around with all this noise, but you can generate your own kind of functions to affect this point in XYZ and see what's going on. The next thing I really want to do is like maybe perhaps to make some kind of curl visualization, curl noise. Currently, I'm still researching how to do it, but yeah, for now, just a vector P field, I guess, is pretty interesting, and you can really see the noise. And I think this is pretty good example. So I'll share with you this vector field node tree. So just in case you want to use it in the future. Yeah, hopefully you find this useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.